I do wrong, better give me the work. One like a jumper, I'm feeling like Dirk. My page are addy, they wanna come lurk. They only feel good if they post it on perks. Living my life and it comes with the perks. Knew I could fuck when she gave me the smirk, but it was so easy, it gave.
What's good? MarlonmadethatTV back with another video, and today I got Joseline's Cabaret, California, episode 7. You feel me? But before we jump into that, make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on post notification bells to be updated with all forms of new content. You feel me? But without further ado, we gonna jump straight into this motherfucker. So feel me? It leads off with the ladies gagging and throwing up from that shake challenge with the bugs, the chicken feet, the motherfucking tarantula, hot sauce, milk, all types of shit. Ocean on the floor dying. I'm talking about, you feel me? Just throwing up all over the place. Like, she just cannot stomach this concoction of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So Joseline calls the girls together and she lets them know that they will have a show in a few days, and we'll head to practice to see who is going to be able to perform at the show and, you know, have a spot for the tour and stuff like that. Oh, no. I'm ahead of myself. Whoa, back up. So Joseline announced that the girls who will have lunch with her tomorrow. This was after they were throwing up and gagging and shit. So the girls that won the challenge, the shake challenge, was Danny, Jane Doe, Natural, Des, Chinks, and Egypt. Joseline lets them know that they will have a show in a couple days and head to practice after this to see who will be able to perform for the show. Yeah, I had to fuck that. So Ricardo gets all the ladies, you know, they're getting ready for practice. And he says, shit, you know, if they hungry, Ricardo gonna feed you, baby. You feel me? So Joseline ends up stopping practice. They practice, you know, do the dance, you know, adiba, aba, and I get it. That's all I said. Don't say. You feel me? So Joseline stops practice to ask the winners of tonight who they think should go home. Now, mind you, again, this was Danny, Jane Doe, Natural, Des, Chinks, and Egypt. So she asked them all, like, who do they think should go home out of the losers? So Miss Natural says T-Love. Chinks says T-Love because she's a drunk. Egypt says G-Baby because of her injury. Des says Love because of her condition. Jane Doe says Oceans. Joseline like, why Oceans? Like, what's your problem? Like, you know? And then Danny says Neek because she didn't eat the bugs or something like that. And I don't know, like, Danny been calling out Neek since she didn't do that challenge. But I think that's just personal beef because Joseline shows a little bit more favoritism to Neek than she does Danny. So I don't think Danny, you know, likes that or fucks with that. So Joseline has the losers of the challenge dance for their spot or they have to go home, which nobody went home. She just had them dance just to see, like, how they were. But they go on stage, they're dancing or whatever. Joseline says that the ladies been arguing and fighting more than they actually perform, and she wasn't impressed with what they were dancing with. And I'm not gonna lie, besides like Neek, Danny, Oceans, Drea, most of the girls that you see in the front, they're okay, but it's like I seen Sky. She looked like she was off count. Miss Kenya, she didn't know what she was doing. G Baby, she looked like she didn't have no rhythm with what was going on. It was just some of them. I'm like, yeah, y'all just here for it's okay, because even it's like Erica Mena's show. Like, some of them girls not on there really for the cabaret to dance, to tour and do all that shit. I feel like some of them on there just to be on reality TV, which it ain't bad, but it's like, you know, I don't know. I don't think you should be on a dancing cabaret show. I think you should just win the baddies or something. Yeah, I don't know. You feel me? So Joseline says that she wasn't impressed and that she will be sending 2 girls home for elimination. She will be sending 2 girls home for eliminations tomorrow. So they got to get ready for that. It cuts to the next day. Joseline pulls up on Melissa to talk about more about her strip club and the touring dates. Mind you, her touring date in California has sold out within 24 hours, which was crazy. You feel me? So shout out to her, you know what I'm saying, making waves in the motherfucking streets. No cap. So then it cuts to the practice room. It's T-Love, Sky, Neek, and Love. They sitting down, you know, just talking and practice. Well, they was practicing, but they just sit down talking. And T-Love asked Sky how she felt when none of the girls jumped in when Erica, Oceans, and Isis jumped on her and stuff like that. And Sky says she didn't like how the new girls didn't stick together, but she did respect how the OGs were riding for each other. Rather they had fought or they didn't fuck with each other, at least they had each other's back. And I'm like, well, let's be real. Y'all all here for 50K as an individual, competing for a spot. Like, y'all not... It's a sisterhood kind of, because you guys are a unit. Y'all moving in a unit as a tour when y'all dance together, when y'all doing y'all shit. But you're not here to make friends. So you can't expect girls you just met on the day of filming to really ride for you. You don't know them in person type shit. But me though. I don't know. You hear me? So then it cuts to Hottest Flame, Erica, Lexi, G Baby, and Miss Kenya. I think it's Miss Kanaya or Kenya. I don't know. But Kanaya checks it. Low-key checks Erica for jumping in on Sky fight. You feel what I'm saying? Because Erica was trying to check like Hottest Flame for jumping in or jumping in too late, but she was just like, no, you didn't have to jump in. You know what I'm saying? So the ladies give also props to Flame because she stepped in for Sky when they jumped her or after. So then Kenya said, I know that Joseline asked the girls who won yesterday who they wanted to leave, but who do y'all want to leave and go home? So then Erica says that G Baby your love, and the reason why she says G Baby is because, because she was in front of her. She was like, oh, no offense, but I say G Baby because she's injured and, I know what Joseline, wants and stuff like that. And then she said love because of her health condition. Lex says G Baby or love, and the reason why she says G Baby is because she's injured and she know what Joseline expect out of all them, and she doesn't know how long Joseline will put up with them being injured and shit like that, which is true because Joseline do be expecting the world from them. You know what I'm saying? She did say later on the episode, I'm the only one who could make mistakes, but okay, you know what I mean? So then it cuts back to Nick and the other girls, and Nick asks them who do they want to leave. I don't know, is this a production question? Like, what the fuck? Like, it was 2 scenes with different girls. I don't fucking know. So T-Love says love. She indirectly said love. She didn't outwardly say love should go home, but she insinuated, well, love, are you okay? Because, we talked and oh my gosh, we talked and you have your health condition, so I don't want that to affect how you tour and stuff like that. So then it was fucked up. Love, like, she's explaining, she like, yeah, sometimes it feel like something pinching at my chest, like, man, hard, it's just hard to breathe sometimes, and it's a lot. And then Nick leans over and is like, yeah, you should probably go home. I don't think she was lying. I don't think Nick was lying though. It was the truth. Like, Love needed to go home because like you're at a dancing show and you need your agility, you need your breath control. Like that's important and vital. So it's like if you going on tour and doing stages and shit like that, and tricks and dips and shit like that, like your breathing is very important when you doing that. So Nick wasn't lying. It was just her delivery. That shit was funny. So now all the ladies get ready to go to the pool party. You feel me? The girls that lost yesterday, but the girls that won yesterday's game, they pre-game before the lunch with Joseline, because they did win a lunch with Joseline for that that fucked up milkshake. So it cuts to them, they in there sharing shots or whatever, talking amongst each other. I didn't really write too much on that scene. Then they go to the lunch. Joseline asks the girls one by one, what would they do with the 50K if they win? Danny says she would pursue her acting career if she wins because, they always say she's an actress and she does too much. And Joseline's like, yeah, because you're full of shit. I'm like, damn, like, that shit fucked up. Dad said she would open up a spa for, like, hair, nails, lashes, and stuff like that because she already do lashes. Ching says she would invest in her online boutique. She already had one before, but she would, if that type of money will help her get more of what she does. Egypt says she would invest in more into her hair brand. And then Joseline was like, why you ain't send me a wig, bitch? That shit was funny. And then she asked Jane Doe, what would she do? And she said she would buy a house with some land and open up an animal shelter. And she was just like, I'm just so genuine. I'm so real. I'm just like, okay. You know what I'm saying? All right. And then Natural says she would open up a visual performing arts school with the money that she has. So she's like, Joseline says that the girls can spend their money a little bit more better and wisely behave. Who am I? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, she did not give a fuck. So, the ladies go get ready. Joseline gets the ladies ready for the pool party. You know what I'm saying? Boom, they all go down there. They turn they lid. She got the lady shaking ass, turning up. You feel what I'm saying? Boom. It was like a whole 5 minutes of them just shaking ass, turning up. So then Miss Natural is sick as fuck. You feel what I'm saying? She's like, man, I got the shit. My stomach start hurting. I'm not feeling it. She went to Ricardo like, yo, I gotta throw up. You feel me? So she runs upstairs. She get to throwing up. She get throwing up and shit. And you feel me? Not feeling good at all. At all. So then they cut back down to the pool party. Now listen, G Baby's supposed to be injured from when she pulled her arm fighting Oceans or some shit. She over here doing tricks. That motherfucker was twisting and turning like a Twizzler. No shade. But I ain't gonna lie, she a good dancer though. I ain't gonna hold you. Her healthy, she go crazy. She did a 1-hand cartwheel. Who the fuck could do a 1-hand cartwheel? Like, girl, you different. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? But Lexi Gold peeps that G Baby was doing tricks. You know what I'm saying? With the messed up arm, which is odd. That was a little side eye. So it comes back to Miss Natural. Miss Natural, she is leaving to go to the hospital. I don't know if she's leaving the season, but she did leave to go to the hospital because, you know, her stomach was just too fucked up from that challenge, I think. So they cut back down to the pool party. It's a group of girls just amongst themselves talking, but don't get back to the, you know what I'm saying? So it's basically G Baby addressing why she didn't want Isis on the white team in that whole situation. So Joseline come over, what you bitches talking about? Why are you bitches over here chatting? She said, I'm over here turning up, but I hear these bitches in the back arguing. So I'm like, hey, cut the motherfucking music down. What's the tea? You feel what I'm saying? So Joseline trying to figure out what's going on. So G Baby said they should kick her out if she's injured, but you know they're not gonna do that. And Neek was kind of defending her. She says G Baby has spice. Like, I think she's, you know, I think she does what she needs to do, and I don't like that they ganging up on her. You know, she deserves a spot. So then Isis kind of pressed up on her like, wait, hold on, like you said you was injured just a few days ago and you didn't help your friend get in the paint, but now you at the pool party saying that doing all this shit like tricks and dips and flips and shit like that, but you can't fight. Oh nah, you get in the paint. So then I don't know how the conversation ended up switching, but Dez ends up saying that Miss Kenya and Love should go home. Erica says that Kenya should go because she doesn't fight, and that the cabaret is not all about dancing. And I'm like, so y'all admit that y'all force storylines outside of dancing to make the show entertaining? That's how I took it, because I'm like, ain't the main purpose of y'all doing this is dancing and competing for a spot on tour to dance and to make this money. Like, so the show is mainly about dancing. Why would you fight on a show that's dancing? But even though y'all do be scrapping for entertainment purposes, but it's like, I don't know, this shit through my head. Miss Kenya though, she said, I really think that these bitches are dumb. Cause it didn't make sense to her that they wanted her to get in the paint so she could knock their heads loose. Like, it didn't make sense to her. And Erica was telling Miss King she need to put her hands down and stop moving her head. How you gonna, if that's how somebody talk with their hands in their hands, like you can't, their hands in her head, you can't tell them, oh, don't do that, or da-da-da. Like, if Erica felt threatened, you should have got down where you was mad at. Cause Erica, it just seemed like you jumping in, involving yourself in every beef, the Sky shit, you jumping in. It's just like you fishing for a storyline this season. And we don't even know if you dancing like that. I mean, shit, hell, last season I don't even remember you for dancing like that. No say. Like, but hey, cause even when Erica was never in no top 3, bro. She was never in no top 3. Like as far as dancing go, I feel like Neek, Drea, Danny, shit, who else? Lexi. I feel like it's just certain girls that's better than Erica dancing. Like, she just popping in for storylines. I'm not gonna hold you. So Dad says again, put her hands down, right? But Isis intervenes, like, and tries to stop Dez. Like, no, like, let her talk. Like, she's just talking. Like, you don't have to jump in, right? So then, out of nowhere, Joseline tells Isis, shut the fuck up. And then she ends up walking on Isis. You got a problem with me? She turned around quick as fuck and got in Isis' face. I'm like, yo, like, what's your issue with Isis? Like, what the fuck did Isis do to you? I don't know. Well, she just been picking with Isis this whole season. I'm like, damn. So then Isis like, no, I don't got a problem with you. I don't even know what we got going on, because it's like you keep popping it. So then motherfuckers, Joseline, she like, get this hoe out of here. I run this shithole. So then she goes and has Isis like escorted like in the house or whatever. I don't think she kicked her out, but she definitely escorted her out the pool party. So she was like, yeah, go or whatever. And I'm like, damn, that's fucked up. So Isis and Joseline end up going back and forth or whatever. Then it cuts back to Joseline goes back over after they remove Isis and stuff like that. So then Danny and Neek start going at it for some reason. I don't even know why. Like, I don't even know why the fuck. Like, they start popping it. It was just about some dumb shit. So Neek started approaching Danny closer and closer. Danny popped off on Neek. Like, hit her with some clean shit. Boom. So they get to tussling or whatever. I'm not gonna lie. At first glance, it looked like Danny was winning. But then we played it back. Halfway through the fight, Neek was getting her mostly. So I'll say Neek got in there round 1. I'm gonna get that to her. But Danny did do her shit. Nigga, round 2, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna go Danny. But Neek almost won. Neek almost won until she got on the ground. Like, she had the power, like, over Danny until, like, Danny got her to the ground. Danny got more hits in. Like, so I'm gonna get out to Danny. You feel me? Like, that shit had her livid. You feel me? They carrying her away. Danny like, I love you, princess. I do this shit for you, princess. I'm like, yo, Danny, is you cool? I'm like, Danny, is you cool? Like, is Joseline sucking your pussy? Like, what is going on? So then T Love going around, she like, anybody got smoke with me? Anybody feel a way towards me? So then Chinks, she steps up and she's like, yeah, like, bitch, I don't like you. Like, what's up? Like, you try to spit on me. So they get into it, and it was a lot of grabbing round 1. I'm not gonna lie. So I wouldn't get that to nobody because they just, T Love act like she just grabbed her and was punching on her shit. No, she grabbed her and just was tugging on Chinks. And Chinks was trying to swing, but she was just grabbing too. So that was a tie. So then after that, Love ends up calling out Neek. Now, Neek isn't in the scene, or she's like off to the side. So Love calls out Neek for saying something to her in every scene, which I don't think she was wrong. I think it was about time because Neek been playing in Love's face. So I'm glad Love stood up for herself because Neek been wanting that issue. So out of the midst of that, it's just a bunch of chaos. Chinks fucking sneaks the fuck out of T Love. She boom cross her lip. T Love lip busted. Boom. Erica like, oh my gosh, like I just was talking to T Love, checking in on her. Turned around for a sec. I turned back around. Chink sneaks the fuck out of her. I'm like, damn. Boom. That shit get Egypt hot as fuck. Now Egypt wanna fight Chinks for that shit. She like, why you go hit my sister? Why you go ahead and do some shit like that? So boom, she go up to her. Round 1, I'm not gonna lie. Egypt had Chinks swimming. Like, they both are brolic and thick as hell. Because I'm like, damn, they got a lot of ass. But they were literally, like, Egypt was teaching Chinks. Like, some crazy. I'm like, whoa. Like, this shit nasty work. I'm like, whoa, this shit. I'm like, yo, this shit is crazy. She packed Chinks out. I'm not gonna lie. Like, put her in the bushes, whooped her nasty. Then T Love came in, boom, start banking Chinks in the fucking bushes. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, oh my gosh, somebody help her. Hands all up in the air like you just don't care. And if you go back, Egypt fucking grabbed the security guard and pulled the security guard on her so T Love could go get some licks in. I'm like, yo, this shit wow. So they break them up or whatever. Chinks get separated, put in the house. Nigga, Egypt charging at her. Egypt motherfucking charging at her like a bull. Like, just, she like, someone get this bitch. You know, Chink's like, oh, I wanted to go outside for my wig. She was like, it wasn't enough. Y'all already put me in the bushes. Like, y'all got that. You feel me? Yo, Egypt, she ran down on Chink. She whooped her. I'm not gonna lie. Round 2, oh my gosh. Like, she did her something foul. Chink's got like 2 hits in that second round. Like, Egypt was, you heard it. You heard the hits. Like, I was like, oh man, Chinks, like, damn. And I like Chinks and Egypt, but that shit is wow. I'm like, damn. So then they cut back outside and Drea confronts Love for, you know, speaking on Neek and stuff like that. So Drea ends up running up on Love for Neek, which is like, okay, because I thought y'all fought and I don't know, you know what I'm saying? So they end up doing that. It's really just a bunch of tussling. No one really won that for real. Then Neek was about to confront Love about wanting to fight her. They go back and forth, but Joseline like, hey, cut all that shit out. It's time for eliminations. Y'all gotta get ready because I'm sending bitches home. Like, so Joseline pissed. She gets all the girls lined up and she says, hey, there's no more fighting. And if you're fighting, you're going home. So Chinks and Egypt start going back and forth. You feel me? Chinks and T Love start going back and forth. It's just a whole bunch of shit. She cannot get these girls under control. So Joseline states if they fight for the next 48 hours, they're going home. And she says they need to tighten up because they have the video for the I Like the Way You Are video that's coming up. So they need to, you know, tighten up. Neek says she don't give a fuck about eliminations right now. And all she could think about is Danny. So the rest of the girls come in and they line up. So Neek comes in, boom. And I don't know if it... Again, because this should be weird, but somebody yelled out, Danny, like someone, I don't know, someone was trying to warn Danny before it happened, but Neek ended up running up on Danny, knocking her clean off stage, a mean-ass mink off stage. She fell, like she was turned the fuck over, flipped over like a pancake. I said, damn. And then that's where the episode ends. You feel what I'm saying? But hey, if you stay to the end, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and turn on post notification bells to be updated with all forms of new content. And I'm going to see y'all next video. Peace.